Hi there, it's me Rain, and I guess we'll be going through emails today. So, the other day I did put out a post on my comics saying that I wanted to hear people's opinions on my comic, Sunny. But Sunny is rather metaphorical, so I was hoping I'd get some really interesting depictions of it, I guess, if that's the right word. So, I haven't gone through any of these emails, as you can see. I'm going to try and keep people's identities as safe as I can, but I guess let's go ahead and check out these emails. The first one I got was from Ticker Art. So this is my summary about what I think Sunny is about. I hope I get somewhat close. I think the story is about a little girl who dreams of a magical place where she meets a wonderland full of creatures, that being called Sunny, and her experience through the real world, which is grey and dull, maybe stormy or moody, I don't know. So in your story there are two worlds seen through a young child's eyes, sunny and grey, or real world, I don't know. So Sunny is the dream world, i.e. are introduced in the first chapters. It's sunny, bright, cheerful, but when she wakes up from her dream she wishes that her life was more like Sunny, like the one of the last chapters where she sees the bear in the window but can't afford to buy it. Thanks if you read this, Melon Mew. So this is really sweet. Melon Moo seems to think that Sunny is two worlds. Sunny is the actual world, and there's a sunny world and a grey world, which is pretty cool. I've never really thought of it like that before, the sunny world and the grey world, because even though the world is grey, Sunny is not really grey, she's just really dull. She has a slight red tint to her, a slight peachy tint to her, which kind of shows that she doesn't quite belong to the world. But I really like this one. This one's really cool. Like I said, it's not really about getting it accurate, because I don't even know 100% myself what Sunny represents. It's just about being creative. So on to the next one. Wow, this is quite the thing. At the very first page of the comic, we see a white blue deer and the girl. The girl is Sunny. Nice. Sunny lives in a magical place, with the deer being her guardian and taking care of her. He takes her to a pool/river where she falls into the water, and the animals that don't have colours are now just like rainbows, full of energy. This can express her childish mind and how creative she can be when she least expects it, having wings to fly to any place she wants, represented by the bunny with fairy wings. Her clothes now changed and are more grown up, if that's the right word, but they are still colourful because she's a child with an imagination. And that goes even further, because after she fell into the river she saw a fish with legs and a gooey alien creature. She is still a child, the problem is she has to grow up, and that is represented by the bull, big, mature and colourless. The golden eagle represents her maturity and how serious she can be. But the golden eagle represents her pure child minds, representing that even if she grows up she'll still have a child inside of her. As a first challenge to grow up, she has to save a baby monkey. The baby monkey is her, doesn't want to go and is scared, but with a little push he can get out of there, and it's because of that she falls down. Sunny was actually in another dimension thingy where everyone is a child, but the time comes when they have to get out of there. If they don't get out of there, they turn into animals and grow up as animals. The oldest animal child that was there was the white blue deer thing. That's not only a guardian of Sunny, but also everyone's guardian. Oh my gosh, this is so amazing. When she's in real life and everything is black and white, she's waking up, but that's because her whole childhood was spent in this alternate universe. At the last chapter she gets a teddy bear and her world is full of colour again, but why? My answer is that teddy bear actually comes from this different universe. In fact, every plush comes from the universe. When they are colourful and jump into the river, just like the girl, means that they are also ready to go to real life and help make other children happy. Oh my gosh, this is great. The ones that were too much curious found the portal to the real life too, early. Those children that left early need the plushies from this other world, because otherwise their mind will grow up too fast and they won't be able to feel their childhood. Sunny doesn't need the plushies, but her heart is still in this other world, and the teddy bear is an escape gate for her as a memory. How do I know the plush thing? The deer is also a plush on the cover. Sure, it can just be a simple cover, but it can also mean another thing. Sunny is adopted. Okay, second theory. I promise that this won't be long, so... No, be as long as you want. I set a minimum, but I didn't set a maximum. On the cover, Sunny is also a plushie, and plushies are alone on the store until someone buys them. The being here would be the adoption. Sunny was at the orphanage since she was a baby. Because of that, the orphanage was her family, and she got along with everyone. The orphanage is the colourful world with animals and stuff. But when the hippo pushes her into the water and she changes clothes, it can also mean that the ladies of the orphanage are preparing her to meet the new family. She's happy at first, and the hole with the monkeys, I don't know how to say it in English, the well, and her determination to save the baby represents her determination to make the new family, in this case the monkey, impressed so that they can adopt her. But it wasn't what she was expecting, and the world with a normal family alone with no one is too boring. But why is she happy with the teddy bear if they are actual people? Have you noticed that the deer only appears before she goes to the river and then disappears, and that deer is also a ghost? So I think that Sunny had a best friend in the orphanage, probably a boy since it's a deer and not Bambi's mother, and that boy made plushies when it was time to craft. He made one deer plush for him and one Sunny plush for Sunny. The boy left before her, but she always kept his deer plush to remind her of him. But when she left the orphanage, she forgot the deer there. The teddy bear reminded Sunny of him, and she's happy and her world is more colourful. But really sorry for it being too long. I got really excited while making this. I wish you lots of success. White cocktail. Aw, thank you so much. I don't even know what to say. This has made me so happy. Just like your mindset, it's so interesting. I really like reading things like this because they get me to step out of my mind and go into somebody else's mind, and then I can kind of understand a bit better what's going through their heads. And I never get to do that, and not a lot of people get to do that. You really should, because it's really interesting. I really love this. This is great. But we're still going to look through the other submissions, of course. Here's a cute little short one. I think Sunny is about someone who dreams of an amazing land where they meet amazing creatures and live an adventurous life. But in reality, their life may seem kind of dull, so they live the happiest in their dreams. I absolutely adore your comic and love your art. I can't wait to see where the story goes. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for sending me this email. It's really cute. I thought the dream thing would be an idea that kept popping up, but I was hoping that the fact that she finds this bear and goes back into this world without waking up, I was hoping that would throw everyone off a little bit, but it's still interesting hearing this. Thank you for emailing me, Sarah. Ooh, big text. Sunny is a well-written, thank you, silent story set inside of a fictional dream world in which Sunny explores amazing and whimsical creatures and sights. In her dream world, she embarks on a magical adventure, enjoying life and making new friends. There is a wide difference in waking and sleeping Sunny. For instance, when she awakes, everything has lost its colour. She gets out of bed and heads off to school in a grey world. In this addition to the loss of colour, her body language is limper and less emotional. There is a moment when she passes by someone who seems happier and she takes notice but moves on. The overall mood and body language of her and her world seems to hint to depression in Sunny. The only thing that brings back colour to the waking world of Sunny is when the shop owner gives her a teddy bear. Given the childish fairy tale feel to her dream world, and that the only thing that gave her world colour again was a toy, giving her young age in today's climate regarding children, it seems that being allowed to be a child is what brought her joy again. Sunny may be about allowing children to be and act like the children they are. Oh god. Oh wow. This is very close to what I had in mind. It's kind of dark, it's kind of sad, but I can kind of relate to this really strongly, even though I'm not a kid. I'm like 20 years old or whatever. Sunny's kind of thrown into this grey world and everything happens so fast. I guess she doesn't really want to accept it, which is why she's so sad about it. I really like what you're thinking about here, Sai Moon, or Kai Moon. Really nice. Thank you for emailing me. Another one. Adriana. Hi, Adriana. When I decided I would enter this contest, I tried to give Sunny another meaning than I first interpreted it. I ended up making a theory that maybe she is an autist child who takes refuge in the shelter of imagination and even escapes the real world into her childhood. But I think now that the supposition is too superficial to cover all the aspects depicted in the comic. I now think that Sunny is ultimately about the eternality of childhood and moreover about finding little scrapes of our inner worlds in the chaos of reality. It might be a story about a young girl, a teenager even, who is not ready yet to embrace a boring life of only grey colours. A girl who does not see in her age something that can stop the plainness of her imagination or the roar of childhood to pass through. We all try to be a little unique, and Sunny illustrates this with incredible accuracy, because in the midst of maturization we all forget the bursts of joy and creativity and tender immaturity and the things that give us the most originality. Therefore, I think Sunny is about finding the sun, the long-abandoned inner child in the freezing rain of adulthood and responsibilities. I must apologise if my answer may not have touched the aspects you would have loved it to, but I hope I didn't upset you. Sunny is more than a comic for me. It's a little cosy place to run away from the boredom of reality, and I love it so much for more than I express into words. Oh my god. Oh, thank you. You didn't upset me. This was just really sweet. For that, it reminds me of the cartoons I always used to watch with my sister, and therefore it brings back golden memories of my childhood. Because of that, I couldn't have not interpreted Sunny from a personal point of view. Thank you so much for an amazing story, for putting all of your soul into it and reminding all of us that we originate from a magical place called childhood and that it will never perish inside our hearts and minds. And finally, thank you for this competition and chance to express all my love towards your comic. I really loved participating. And sorry for my English, I'm not a native speaker. No, your English is fine, it's beautiful. Have an awesome day. Oh, this is so cute. This is really, oh, it's really wholesome. It's so sweet. I don't know what to say. Oh, this is making it difficult for me now. I guess this is what I get for making a comic that I relate to so much. Aww. Thank you so much for this email, Adriana. It's great. Hello, Rainhead. I read your comic and found both art and history beautiful. My English isn't perfect, so I'm sorry for typos. Here's my essay. Since the beginning, we can see that the main character is cheerful, friendly, and willing to help others. She's in a colourful place full of wonderful animals and nature in general, and the place has some animals that don't actually exist in real life. Man, I wish they did. Me too. When she falls into the pit, she wakes up to real life where I live. When everything is a mess, or someone is sad, depressed, don't know what to do and stuff like that, we say that the person is at the bottom of the well. Maybe life is the bottom of the well, as a place with no colours and kind of melancholic for the main character. When she buys a teddy bear, she returns to the incredible place that is her imagination. Many of us also prefer our dreams and worlds in our head than real life, or even books, movies, comics, webtoons and video games. Whatever makes us feel comfortable and happy like her. At least that's what I interpreted. I think I'll love the future of the comic. It has many possibilities, can't wait to see. I also use pit and well. I didn't find the exact translation, so I hope it's correct. Aww, thank you. Yeah, this is definitely something I can see the comic representing. I'm kind of surprised of the responses I was getting. I didn't expect them to be so accurate yet so unique. There are so many ways to interpret the comic, which is why I really wanted to hear everyone's opinion on it. Some people might say 7 responses to this competition thing is really small, but honestly it's quite a lot for me, and I'm really grateful that anyone spent 2 seconds of their time at least considering writing to my email. So really thank you for emailing me. I really like this one. I like them all. They're all really individual, which makes it hard to compare them. We'll go to the last one. The latest one I got. Hi, sorry for how late this is. Talk about leaving it to last minute, huh? What Sunny is about. I think Sunny is about a girl who has trouble facing reality and instead likes to live in a world of her own creation, in her imagination. The world is colourful and vivid and every day is an adventure. When she wakes, however, everything is grey and falls back into their boring routine. I think her desire to live in a made-up fantasy stems from her wishing to remain a child, a period where things are simpler and everything can be game. She likes to buy toys, stuffed animals, that also become an integral part of her made-up world, and a way to remain in touch with her childhood. I hope it's the right amount of words. Sorry, I didn't count them. Oh no. It's fine, I'm sure it's over 50. Yeah, definitely. I really like this line here. I don't think anyone said that before. She likes to buy toys and stuffed animals to remain in touch with her childhood. That's a really nice line. Thank you. Thank you for emailing me this. Oh, honestly, I'm so ridiculously grateful for these. They were so nice to read, and I think they've made my day. Now I have to do the lovely thing of trying to pick one person to send something to as a thanks. But I honestly really just think that because this is the first time I'm doing something like this, because everyone was so nice in the comment section of my comic, I just want to draw you guys a profile picture if you're interested in that. Whether you watch this or not, I'll send you a response in your email. So all 7 of you, I'm gonna work my ass off to get you guys a nice little drawing that you can use as a profile picture, or whatever you want really. I have the time for it anyway, so I might as well. Guess I'll sort that out and come back to record the rest of this video. Okay, I thought about it and I'm back. It really comes down to everything I've said in terms of this competition. So I made an update on June the 8th, and then we get to my description right here, and I say this. So, I'd like to say thanks for subscribing and commenting. It's fun interacting with you guys, and I wanted to do something special, since we're past 500 subs on Topaz and past 100 on Webtoons. Sunny is pretty metaphorical, I can say that now since it's not spoilery. I think it'd be fun to hear your interpretation of this story. The updates haven't concluded as of now, but it's more what do you think than how accurate are you, so it doesn't really matter that there's still more after this. I'd prefer to hear creative and innovative ideas than people trying to pick me apart and figure out what I do. So, I wanted creative and innovative ideas. On June the 12th, I made an update on this comic thing and said that the competition will be going ahead, even though it will be small. And it was. I didn't say as much as I did in the last update because I was hoping people had already seen that. So write a short piece on what Sunny is about and send it to that email. 50 words minimum, be creative, have fun. And this is just my little comment on that. So if we're going to get into definitions of what creative and innovative is, it's about being imaginative, having original ideas, being new, that kind of thing. And when it comes to that, there is really one email that stands out the most. It is White Cocktail's email. Some people might have already guessed that, judging by my reaction, but it's only because the theme of being sad and being depressed came up already. So when it comes to being new and original, even though you haven't seen other people's responses to me, it doesn't quite fit that mark. So, like I said, I'll be getting in contact with White Cocktail, as well as everyone else who sent an email to me, and I'm gonna see if I can sort out some drawings for everyone and get White Cocktail their prize, or prizes, whatever. So yeah, if you don't remember, this one is the second one I read out. It was really creative. I like the whole idea of the adoption. Some might say the adoption thing isn't that original, because, you know, a lot of stories have adoption in it, but this is beyond Sunny. This is beyond the surface level. This is another level entirely, and I didn't expect people to go that far. So this was definitely creative and innovative, and I really liked it. Yeah, that's the end of Sunny. Thank you a lot for reading it. For those of you who thought it was longer, I'm sorry. That's how my stories are. They end in odd places sometimes. I do plan for other comics. I don't have any plans for comics that are as cute as that, but I'm hoping my readers don't disappear now that it's finished. It's nice to be able to talk to people about my art, regardless of how well I know them. It's always nice. And my stories, I like sharing them. This was fun. Thanks for sticking with me till the end. Bye.